Is there something to be learned from Danish-style immigration? It was reported last week that Britain's Labour government is to announce plans for a Danish-style immigration system. The measures understood to be under consideration include tighter rules on family reunification and temporary stays for some refugees. Denmark's left-wing Prime Minister has openly talked about the country's zero asylum seekers policy. It is worth noting that Denmark has a reputation for being one of the most liberal nations in Europe, yet it is known for its tough stance on immigration, with a zero-tolerance policy towards illegal asylum seekers and strict laws on integration. Mette Frederiksen, the Social Democratic Prime Minister of Denmark, before taking office said that lax enforcement of immigration law only penalises the poor in society most. She said in 2019, "For me, it is becoming increasingly clear that the price of unregulated globalisation, mass immigration and the free movement of labour is paid for by the lower classes." Unlike the political leadership in Ireland and in Britain, Denmark has never viewed mass migration as a solution to economic problems. Around 8% of the population in Denmark comes from other countries, which is fewer than in the UK and Ireland. However, the speed and the scale of Danish transformation, especially the influx of refugees from Syria's civil war in 2015, was a big part of turning public opinion against mass immigration. There is a lot of talk about the Danish immigration system right now, so what does it involve? The Danish migration model is the toughest in Europe. It is very rare that residence permits are granted for more than 1 or 2 years. Applicants must promise to learn Danish and pass a test within 6 months or face expulsion. Convicted criminals are automatically excluded from citizenship. Under Danish law, social housing areas with high levels of deprivation and a non-Western population above 50% are declared parallel societies. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch also recently suggested that the UK should move towards active integration along the lines of these so-called ghetto laws. We've had so many people, such high numbers, people from lots of different places, which is not what immigration used to look like. And I think we need to move from passive to active integration, Badenoch said over the summer. Similarly to Denmark, the UK's experience of the consequences of large-scale migration has undoubtedly shown that without a carefully controlled system, segregated areas and parallel societies which hold hugely different views to the rest of the nation can become a reality. The experience of Denmark also proves that you don't have to be right of centre to enact strict laws on immigration aimed at protecting a country's borders and its cultural identity. In comparison to the Danes, it increasingly looks like the Irish, as well as the British, are unwilling to take decisive action on immigration.